And my actual eyesight is there. The high drive. Deep center. Go, go, go. We're out of here. We're out of here. Say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A gold pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a doubleheader this Saturday, just the day before Easter Sunday. Well, we crack in this doubleheader with the Lehigh Carbon Cougars and the Camden County Cougars. It's going to be hard to tell these two apart, except one is red, one is blue. One will be on the top, one will be on the bottom this afternoon, as we've got two games on your way. It's going to be 12 o'clock at 3 o'clock, the first pitch. It's going to be a good matchup here in Game 1. Christian Caminoti, who led Camden to a 16-1 win over Union County in his last start at home with our cameras on the air. He's going to be back in it on the hill and batting second at the DH spot as well. Lehigh Carbon with head coach Cody Krupa is going to be rolling out number 17, Tyler Mastropieri, as their starting pitcher. He's got a right-handed delivery with a little bit of a Nathan Eovaldi style delivery. That he's got a good zip on his curveball. His fastball sits lower 80s, and we'll see if Camden County can counteract what they've got with Caminoti right into the offense. As we said, they have been on fire lately. They started off the year 0-7, but they have rebounded to win 7 of their last 8, including 6 in a row. They swept the 3-game series versus Bergen County College last Saturday, and now to close out the month of March, they're looking to close out the series with another sweep, win 7 and 8 in a row versus Lehigh Carbon. We're going to take a quick break as they're going to get their players introduced, and they're going to play the national anthem, and then we'll be back for starting lineups and first pitch right after this. from Camden County. It's going to be Christian Caminoti on the hill this afternoon for the Cougars as your starting 9 for the visiting Lehigh Carbon Community College Cougars. It's going to be at first base leading off, going to be number 25, Robbie Behrens, to be followed by Trevor Shiflett, Kane Smith at the second base spot, Jaden Click at the DH, in position number 5 at scorebook number 5 at third base is going to be number 11, Theo Wood. Then you've got Ethan Kaufman in left to be followed by Hunter Rothrock in right field. Wyatt Landis behind the dish, and Noah Rush in center field leading it off. Rounding out the order, rather. And the first pitch is underway from Christian Caminoti. It's 0-1. Just getting started here at Camden County. Sorry, we're adjusting some things around here early. That'll be a foul ball. 1-1. There's a strike. 1-2. And he got him. Behrens is the first victim of Caminoti tonight, and there's one away. That one misses high and away. 1-0 to Trevor Shiflett. Shiflett grounds at the first. That one's an easy play. 3 unassisted for Eric Berger, and there's 2 down. Your defensive lineup for Camden tonight in the infield, it's going to be Alec Justice, the Collingswood alum, behind the plate. Eric Berger at first. Dan Obermeyer at second base. Tyler Napoli at short. And then at third base, Nate Ifey, another Collingswood alum. Ooh, that's a little chin music there. To Kane Smith, the number 3 hitter for Lehigh Carbon. And it's 1-0. In the outfield is going to be Ryan Slider of Winslow in left, Nick Napoli in center, and Gavin Callahan of Cherry Hill West in right field. 2-0 from Caminoti. That one a good frame from Justice, but the umpire doesn't fall for it, and it's 3-0. And your first 3 for Camden County in the bottom half of the first will be Nick Napoli, Christian Caminoti, the pitcher, and DH, and Tyler Napoli. A close call, but that will be ball 4. And after 2 quick outs, a 4-pitch walk gives Caminoti some runners to work with here for the cleanup man, that being Jaden Click, the DH. Oh, 1. Fly ball, shallow center field. Napoli going in, and he makes the catch. Nice one to range to his left and almost make a shoestring catch, but it ends up having the same result. Lehigh Carbon leaves a runner on. Camden County gets their first opportunity in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. second year here in Blackwood. Nick Napoli, Christian Caminoti, and Tyler Napoli are the first three, followed by Callahan, Obermeyer, and Sliders. Here's a fly ball. Wind is blowing out. This is going to be a tough play. And after a near collision in left, Kaufman comes down with it, and there's one away. Well, that's always going to be something that complicates the situation a little bit when you don't know who's going to call for it, and when there's a gust of wind blowing in your ear, you can't really hear anybody calling for it. But 7, 8, and 9 for Camden County. Nate Ifey at third, Alec Justice behind the plate, former teammates at Collingswood, and then the Overbrook graduate, class of 23, Eric Berger, is at first base, rounding out the order. First pitch to Caminoti is a strike, 0-1. Outside. Two and one. This will actually be our last Camden County game for a while. April 12th is our next scheduled game for the baseball team in a 9-inning special versus Ocean County and the Vikings. Don't think there were many Vikings in Ocean County, but one can dream. Not like there's many Cougars in Camden County either. Breaking ball, that's what we've talked about. He walked off the mound, and that's going to be a ball. That's a classic right there. That is a true classic. You think you got strike three, you trot off all confident, and then you got to throw another one. But this time, he gets to celebrate. There's a swing and a miss by Caminoti. He worked the count full and got his first strikeout. There's two away. This brings up Tyler Napoli, the shortstop, and the number 3 hitter for Camden County this afternoon. You're watching coverage of JUCO baseball right here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. And Napoli's going to get a first pitch plunker to put him on. Almost looked like he stuck his shoulder out a little bit, but I'm not going to question it. First pitch misses high to Gavin Callahan of Cherry Hill West. Throw to first, not in time. second inning. 4 men appeared at the plate for both Lehigh Carbon and Camden County in the first. And now we turn it over to the Cougars of Lehigh Carbon as there's a fly ball in the shallow center, diving and almost getting there, but not quite, as Napoli rounding first and going to second. The throw will beat him, but the throw gets away, and it will be a double for Theo Wood. First hit of the day for either side, and gives Caminoti something to work with here in the second. That was a multi-leveled close play if I've ever seen one. Here comes the bunt down the first base line for foul. What if Napoli made the catch at center? What if the throw was good at second? Just a little bit wide to the left. It's two different opportunities to get him out, but when you go 0 for 2, that puts the defense on its toes, and now Lehigh Carbon's got a runner in scoring position. Fly ball out to right center field. Now Napoli running again. Callahan called for it, but Napoli waved him off. The throw to third is gonna be not in time, and moving over on the tag is Theo Wood. And that puts Lehigh Carbon's first run of the game 90 feet away, as Ethan Kaufman contributes. I mean, you could hear Callahan call for it, but I think Napoli just was, kind of determined to get it done. I think he had a better read on it than Callahan did, but that could be dangerous, At least running through a stop sign as a third base coach, the worst thing that can happen is that you're called out. Worst thing that happens there is a bad collision, somebody gets hurt. It's definitely a slippery slope to climb. But it's 1-1 to Hunter Rothrock. That's a wave and a miss. It's a 1-2. Don't forget, during Easter week, actually, we're going to have a loaded lineup of baseball right here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, especially as the high school season gets underway. That one just missed at the knees. 2-2. We open up our season on April 1st on Monday as NJCAA opening day begins with 11 a.m. coverage of the Rancocas Valley Red Devils and the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers. Two sectional finalists from last year squaring off in an opening day matchup up north in Bridgewater. April 2nd will be Audubon Baseball's opening day as they square off against the Paulsboro Red Raiders from Paulsboro. We take off April 3rd, and then April 4th is Audubon's home opener, as here comes a swing and a miss. Coming to the plate and scoring will be Wood, and making it down to first safely is Rothrock. So it will be a strikeout, wild pitch, RBI. Say that 3 times fast. It's 1-0. Lehigh Carbon strikes first here in game 1. So Rothrock on first. That is the only runner aboard, and it's a 2-0 count. Caminoti to Wyatt Landis, the catcher. They throw over, nothing going on there. That one is low. 3-0. I don't know if Caminoti just doesn't have the same shine as he did in his last start that we covered 2 Saturdays ago versus Union County. Not to say that he's doing a bad job, but he was mowing those guys down. Last just hope that, you know, you get in a rhythm and you take care of business and you do it quickly. Because you don't know who you're going to throw out there for game 2. You know, it might be Jonah Jackson. It could be, you know, I don't know why I'm blanking there, Jack Lenahan, you know, Kyle Weiser, Jack Dugan. There's really a litany of choices you can go for. You can, you know, pick out of a hat. But here comes a swing and a miss. They will not throw down to second, so getting in there uncontested is Rothrock. Second strikeout of the night to Christian Caminotti as this brings up the center fielder and the last man in the order, Noah Rush. First pitch misses high. I mean, I just don't think his control is where it was the last time we saw him. Obviously, he, being a two-way player out of Camden Catholic, had some great numbers last year. Ground ball in between third and short. It's picked up. Throw across is not in time. That'll be an infield single for Noah Rush as Napoli struggled to get that one. That's going to put runners on the corners, so Rothrock advances to third. It's a single by Rush, the second of the inning. And we turn it over to the top for Robbie Behrens. He struck out his first time. 1-0 Lehigh Carbon with men on. Here on the top of the second. A swing at a breaking ball. 0-1. Only had one appearance, which was a scoreless 3 innings in 2023, as here's a fly ball country mile high in the infield. Who's got it? Napoli calls for it, and he makes the catch. Inning over. Lehigh Carbon gets a runner home, in part thanks to an RBI double by Theo Wood, but they leave 2 aboard. After 1.5, it's 1-0 Cougars of Lehigh Carbon. It's the bottom of the second here from Camden County College. 1-0 Lehigh Carbon strikes first. And the number 5 hitter, Dan Obermeyer, who is 8 for 14 in his last 5 games with 5 RBIs. He did not appear in any of the 3 games versus Bergen Community College last week. So those records go back to early March. But, you know, we were talking about earlier how this Camden County team has gone leaps and bounds since the beginning of the month. As here's a pop-up back behind the plate. Going over is Landis, but instead of making the catch at first is going to be Behrens, and this one away. Obviously, Behrens just got a better look at that one than Landis did. But now it goes to Ryan Slider. He hit a home run right on our very cameras in front of our very eyes during the Camden County All-Star game. There's a strike. Last year in June at the Rutgers Camden Complex. Hit one 434 feet to dead center field. The longest home run hit on a DWB broadcast last year. The longest this year actually belongs to Ryan Cole of Brookdale, who hit one right here at Camden County on March 1st. Hit it into the parking lot a distance of 429 feet. Those metal bats, they make sliders down on strikes. Second strikeout for Mr. Mascagari. There's 2 away. But Camden County started off the year 0-7. They got swept by RCGC. They got swept by Brookdale. And keep in mind, Brookdale and RCSJ are actually 2 of the top 5 junior colleges ranked nationally. Here's a fly ball to right center field. Hit well. Playable, though. And making the catch in center will be Rush. And the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. We didn't even have time to finish our topic, but we'll resume in the top of the third. 1-0. Lehigh Carbon. Top of the third. Camden County held to no hits through 2, and Lehigh Carbon has already turned the lineup over to be Shiflett, Smith, and Click. As the first pitch is down on an attempted bunt. It's 1-0. Lehigh Carbon got a run in the second on a leadoff double by Theo Wood. A subsequent flyout and a RBI strikeout wild pitch got that run home. It was a swing and a miss. 1-1 to the lefty Shiflett. Shiflett out of McGaheysville, Virginia. Went to Spotswood High School over in Virginia. 5'10", 165. Freshman infielder for Lehigh Carbon. There's a rocket in the right center field. That's going to drop in between Napoli and Callahan. Rounding first, he'll get to second, but the throw is in time. He got him. A beautiful play. It'll be a strikeout, and rather a single, and he'll be out advancing. That's what I meant. But he is tagged out at second base as Kane Smith comes to the plate now. First pitch foul. That one's foul down the right field line. Lifted foul. As we said, Lehigh Carbon got that first run, but Massapequa has held Camden County at bay. With no hits through 2 innings so far, 2 strikeouts for both pitchers. Make that strikeout number 3 for Caminoti. Comes at the hands of Kane Smith. There's 2 down. Jaden Click. Jaden Click, the sophomore out of Mount Jackson, Virginia, 5'11", 185, a pitcher and infielder, batting 171 on the young season. No homers, 8 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, and 1 run scored in 12 games played, 35 at-bats, and a slugging percentage of .200. 2-0. Bad this morning when we left. It just always seems to be windy here. If anything, for the offense, the wind is blowing out. It's 56 degrees here in Blackwood. Wind gusts up to 21 miles per hour. And there's another strike. He works back into the count. It's 3-2. Real fill is 54, but the wind is blowing to the north. There's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Caminoti. Lehigh Carbon going to the bottom of the third. Still leads 1-0. Bottom of the third, Lehigh Carbon rolling early, and here's a fly ball out towards left. Oh, it just gets over his glove, skips into center field, picked up by Rush, and that's going to be a double. First hit of the game for Camden County, and it comes off the bat of Alec Justice. Good effort out and left, though. Have to give kudos for that. A reaching play by Ethan Kaufman. Just did not culminate, and sorry, folks, adjusting the camera a little bit here. Always a little stubborn early in the morning, as there's a ground ball and a bunt, and Berger is retired, moving the runner Justice to third. So the sacrifice is successful. And we turn the lineup back over to the top with Nick Napoli. Looks like a two-seamer. That one just misses high, 1-0. Napoli, and then the pitcher DH, Christian Caminotti, up next. It's 2-0. Both pitches have missed high. I mean, when you're smooth sailing early, and then you have one blemish in your record, that being, you know, Ify Justice's double, then the whole operation starts to unravel a little bit. You know, you give up no hits in the first 2 innings. You're, you know, high in the sky, got a lot of pride on your name, and then just a sequence of events happen, and now you've got 2 runners on with only 1 away, with the tying run 90 feet away, that being Alec Justice. Here's Christian Caminotti. He struck out swinging his first time after an intense 8-pitch battle with Tyler Masterpriari. If you're just tuning in, Camden County trails Lehigh Carbon 1-0. Here in the bottom of the 3rd. Tyler Masterpriari, the 5'10", 200-pound right-handed freshman out of Whitehall, Pennsylvania. And it's 1-1. 4 appearances this year, 3 starts, has an 0-for-2 win-loss record. And it's now 2-1. 11 strikeouts and a 10.61 K per 9. Unfortunately, the Lehigh Carbon website does not show his ERA or what games he appeared in earlier this year, but we're going to go with the flow. There's a breaking ball, a nice zip back into the zone. That was beautiful. It's 2-2. He's got a little bit of a combo between a 12-6 and a sweeper. It's neither that or the other. You know, and it looks good on camera, and it's obviously working. He just needs to find the zone a little more. Here's a ground ball. They're going to throw to second for 1 on the first, not in time. And that does score. No, it did not score the run, so they held him up. I think you got to be running in that situation. I mean, you know, Justice for a catcher's standard is decently fast. And if you don't turn a double play, he scores. If you do turn the double play, the inning is over and the run doesn't count. So 6 one way, half a dozen another. It's worth taking a shot, especially when you're down and you only have 7 innings to work with. But Camden County beat Lehigh Carbon at Lehigh Carbon in game 1 of this series, 12-9 yesterday. Well, it was weird because, you know, John Scanzano, he sent me, or he posted the final score on a social media. It said 13-9 Camden County. Their athletic page posted 12-9. Either way, a win is a win, but the amount of runs scored is not concrete, let's say. That will be another hit by pitch. Tyler Napoli's done it twice. I mean, that's the second time in almost eerily similar fashion that's happened, and it just looks like his shoulder comes in a little bit. And now Lehigh Carbon's going to have a mound visit here. Pitching coach Brendan Caraway making the visit. As we said, we've got a loaded spring break week, April 1st, 11 a.m. It's the Rancocas Valley Red Devils and the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers. Matchup between 2 sectional finalists from last year. They're squaring off in a north and south matchup. April 2nd will be Audubon's opening day between Audubon and the Hallsboro Red Raiders. Thursday, April 4th will be Audubon and Haddonfield in their home opener. And April 5th will be a triple header in the Camden County Invitational. 11 a.m. is Gloucester versus Sterling. 3 p.m. is Cherry Hill East versus Collingswood. And 6:30 p.m. is going to be Haddon Township versus Eastern in the nightcap. I will not be calling all three of those games. We'll just be broadcasting them. We might have some of our producers commentate. I might produce a game. I think one of the things that's been big for me is I've been wanting to get some of my producers more work as a play-by-play or as a color guy. It's 0-1 to Gavin Callahan, who popped out to shortstop his last time. 1-1. But the bases are loaded. No room at the end. Napoli on first, Caminoti on second, and Justice on third. It's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. It would be a big spot here for Master Pierre to get out of the inning and send his men back to the plate in the fourth. Just missed at the letters, 2-2. If the inning were to continue, Dan Obermeyer, who's been one of the hottest hitters for the Cougars this year, or at least in the last couple of weeks, he is next. That one skips in. 2-2. We'll try this again. 1-0 Lehigh Carbon here in the top of the third. And the pitch. They're going to say it hit him, and the game is tied. Gavin Callahan, the second straight plunked batter, and that makes it 1-1 here in the third. So back-to-back hit by pitches, the third that Master Pierre has surrendered in this game. And now here's Dan Obermeyer. He popped out the first to start the second inning, and now he's batting in a much more high-stakes situation. The base is loaded and 2 outs, with a chance to take the lead. There's a strike. Kicks and delivers. Breaking ball touches the zone. 1-2. That was beautiful. There's a swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Dan Obermeyer to retire the side. We go to the top of the fourth. We're knotted up at 1 apiece. right, it's the top of the fourth inning. It's time for DWB Trivia Time. Before we do, though, there is a defensive change. Number 27, Kyle Leiser, is in at catcher. He replaces Alec Justice. Not sure why, but we'll find out if it's an injury or just a change that was made, because Alec Justice did score the tying run to tie us up at 1 apiece. But today's trivia question is, when was the last time the New York Yankees were shut out on opening day? Is it A, 1967? Excuse me, let's see if I can for that question. There we go. A, 1967, B, 2003, C, 1998, or D, 1979. Got a lot of choices there, but none of them are recent, so that should give you a hint as to which direction you should go in, because I was looking around the other day, actually yesterday, because yesterday was opening day for the Phillies, and we're now in day 3 of the MLB season in 2024, and it was funny because I keep looking, and the Yankees, they've lost a couple opening day games in a really bad manner. But they haven't been shut out in a while, considering the most recent option on that trivia question is 2003, 21 years ago. 1-1 to Theo Wood. He had a double. And he might have another one, as here's a fly ball in the shallow center. A nice catch reaching over and making the play, that being Obermeyer. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Driving to success today by taking your road test and written test at Harper Driving School. 95% success rate for students on their first try. Visit today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Experience in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. So here's Ethan Kaufman, the center fielder. Takes downstairs, 1-0. Yeah, wind is blowing out today. I'm surprised we haven't seen a little more offense, considering a couple more after base hits, a couple more, homers. But, there aren't many games that we've been here for only one home run has happened, and that was a Ryan Cole home run versus Brookdale. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. On the 4th, Kaufman lifts one down the right field line. It's foul. Over to the bullpen. Got a race going on. Somebody went straight to the woods to grab that baseball. Breaking ball away, 2-2. Hunter Rothrock, who is the only RBI in this game for Lehigh Carbon, is next. Drove in the first run. RBI strikeout wild pitch. Chopped foul. 2-2. Ground ball out to short, throw to first. It's not in time. Berger muffed it. So 1 out. Runner on first after an E3. Brings Rothrock on first for or rather Kaufman on first now for Rothrock. Takes one out, and it's 1-0. Runner goes. Throw to second is going to be in time. He got him. Beautiful catch and throw to get the runner, and there's going to be 2 down now. That makes up for the error, doesn't it? Wasting no time. And now Rothrock will not have anybody on base to drive home except himself. And it's 3-0. Hunter Rothrock, the sophomore out of Allentown, PA, Salisbury High School. There's a strike. 6 foot, 175. 316 average, no homers, 3 RBIs, 4 runs, and 3 stolen bases in 9 games played this year. There's a fly ball out to right center field, straight away. Napoli is there, ranges to his left and makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 4th, a low-scoring game here in Game 1, but quickly moving along, 1-1. Just bring it. Bottom of the 4th inning, it's time to reveal the answer for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question was, when was the last time the New York Yankees were shut out on opening day? The options were 1967, 2003, 1988, or 1979. The correct answer was A, 1967. It's been over 50 years since the Yankees were last shut out on opening day, and they came close a couple of days ago versus the Astros. They were down 4-0, and they just kept grounding into double play after double play, and then it ended up being a comeback win for them. Juan Soto made a big play at the plate. Now they've won 2 in a row. The Yankees actually haven't started the season 3-0 since 2003. Two and 1. Rather 2-2, excuse me. That one misses, and the count is full. It is Ryan Slider to be followed by Nate Ifey and Kyle Weiser. Appeal to first says he didn't go, and that'll be a leadoff walk. Here's Nate Ifey. Ify flew out to center his first time. First pitch shows bunt, and it's called a strike, 0-1. Of course, the new catcher, as we said, Alec Justice out of the game. Now Kyle Leiser, the Timber Creek alum, as here comes the throw down to second. The throw is high. It goes into center field. Here goes the runner to third. He's going to get in there standing up. Ryan Slider advances all the way to third on what's going to be a stolen base plus an error on the second baseman. Now Camden County's just 90 feet away from taking the lead, believe it or not. Inside as close as you can get. And it's 3-2. Corners are in for Lehigh Carbon. Second base and short staying steady, and that's going to be another walk. Nate Ify gets aboard, and here's Kyle Leiser. Eric Berger is on deck, but here is the Timber Creek alum Kyle Leiser. As we said, Friday, April 5th, we will have a triple header for the first, not in time. At 11 a.m., it's going to be Gloucester and Sterling as we kick off a triple header in the Camden County Invitational from Rutgers Camden. 3 o'clock game will be Cherry Hill East versus Collingswood. And now here comes the go-ahead run to the plate. Who will score? Ryan Slider goes all around the world and scores on a wild pitch, and it's 2-1 Camden County. So Leiser ahead in the count 1-0. High. 2-0. Again with Eric Berger, who had a successful sacrifice bunt in the third. Curveball around the elbow, didn't get the call, and it's 2-1. 3 o'clock game for that Camden County tournament, though, will be Cherry Hill East versus Collingswood, and game 3 at 6:30 will be Haddon Township and Eastern. We're going to have a whole bunch of guys calling that game. A lot of guys in rotation. As here comes a throw fired to second base, and the throw goes into right field. The ball took a carom off the base. That's going to be an E1 for the aggressive throw, and now Camden County has another insurance run on third. I don't think that was the right move, if I'm being honest. You know, I just don't think that was necessary, especially when, you know, like if you're going to throw back to second and you think you're going to get him, he threw it like he would throw a fastball at the plate. He wasn't set. He didn't deliver. He just tried to fire one at second and hope it stuck. You know, it's kind of like throwing paint at a wall and hope it sticks. But that's something that cost him dearly. And that hit Leiser right in the back for an obviously rattled Master Pieri. And we'll see if Lehigh Carbon gets some action in the bullpen. They haven't sent anyone out there yet. They've got somebody throwing behind the dugout, but we can't see him. So they actually might be making a change now, and in fact they will be. So excuse what I was saying, but Master Pieri is out. His final line, 3 innings on the hill because we've still got no outs. 2 runs allowed, and he will be responsible for Kyle Leiser and Nate Ifey. In a 2-1 game, Camden County leads. We've got a pitching change. We'll be right back after this here in the bottom of the 4th. New pitcher for Lehigh Carbon Community College. It's going to be number 25, Robbie Behrens, who is the leadoff hitter and first baseman. So they will be making some changes as he will step in a convoluted situation, to say the least. I mean, Lehigh Carbon had the early lead. They were up 1-0. And now Camden County has turned it around. They lead 2-1. Slider reached first on a walk. He stole second base, advanced to third on an E4, and then scored. Nate Ifey walked, and then got all the way to third thanks to an E1. And then Kyle Leiser was hit by a pitch, and now Aaron Berger will be the first man that Behrens will face in his appearance. Runner goes down to second. They didn't even see it. He gets in there uncontested. Now that puts 2 runners in scoring position. Behrens, the 5'11" sophomore out of Vieira, Florida, has a homer and a .238 average with 5 RBIs as a hitter. But on the hill, he's got himself a 3.66 career ERA. And a total of 11 appearances, 8 strikeouts. 9 of those appearances came last year. Has picked up 1 save in each season as Berger is plunked. And that is actually the 5th hit by pitch of the game. A little bit of a worrisome stat, but now Nick Napoli has a chance to pounce with the bases loaded, nobody out. Camden County has already taken the lead in this inning. He holds up on that one, wisely so, and it's 2-0. Big gust coming through here. 2-1. Yeah, I said when I left this morning it wasn't too bad, the winds, but it seems like with Camden County they've always got a whirlpool hanging around the stadium of just gust after gust after gust. Make that hit by pitch number 6 that extends the lead, 3-1. I don't know if you heard that from the Camden County bullpen. They went Oprah style. You get hit. You get hit. Everybody gets hit. Check under your seats. It's a hit by pitch. That's 6 tonight. Camden County's pitching staff has not allowed any plunks, but I mean it's different if you allow 6 walks than if you allow 6 hit by pitches, because you're going to notice it. You're going to feel it in the morning. There's a fly ball out to left center field. That ball will drop. It goes to the wall. Out in left center field. 1 run scores. Berger's going to come in to score. And it's a 3-run double off the bat of Christian Caminotti. Shades of his last appearance versus Union County, and he's got a bases clearing double. And it is just like that. 6-1. How about that? Putting in the work when it matters. There's a fly ball to deep left center field. Going back. It's going to hit the base of the wall. Caminotti scores. And going to second will be Tyler Napoli. He's got an RBI double. And that pours on another. Well, the offensive onslaught has been very, very much notable in this inning. So back-to-back doubles. And after being, you know, kind of left with zeros for the first 2 innings, they have now exploded on the offensive side of the ball. There's a ground ball out to second base. It goes into right field. There's a base hit. It's bobbled in right. Scoring is Napoli, now going to second. That throw gets away. It goes down the third base line. It's picked up in left field, and he's going to hold up there. Gavin Callahan, on a comedy of errors, scores a run and gets himself all the way to third. It's 8-1. Talk about an explosion. Wow. That was incredible right there. That's going to be scored as a single E9 plus. Regardless of the errors going to be counted on that play. Here is over. To Overmeyer. fastball misses, and it's 3-1. And this is where, you know, as a pitcher, you can really just start to unravel. You come in this tough situation, and you give up a couple hits. Your team was down by 1, and now you're down by 7 runs. Makes the situation a lot more difficult for one to handle. And you just got to keep your composure there. You know, these guys are telling them lock in, lock in. But Obermeyer walks, and the crazy part of it all, 6-run inning, no outs. This could be looking like the Rockies and Diamondbacks from a couple of nights ago. And even with a lot of Diamondbacks in my order, I'm still losing my fantasy. I'm still losing my fantasy game. He threw back to first. Hold on here, what happened? They threw over to first. Are they saying they tagged him? I didn't have an angle on it because I didn't turn the camera. I apologize. But the umpires are going to talk this one over because Lehigh Carbon is going to make their case and see if the runner's out. And he is out. Well, that is an unorthodox way for the first out of by 7. I guess that's not the worst thing that could happen. So Obermeyer quickly is retired. After his walk, this brings up Ryan Slider. And yes, he started out this inning. He walked, stole second base, reached third on an error, and then scored on a wild pitch. And that's where this game is right now. It's outside. There's a strike. One, two. Outside. 2-2. Fouled back. Two balls, 2 strikes. Camden County up by 7. With a chance to add on more. There's a ground ball foul. Camden County's bullpen is loving it though. They're excited. And they're excited that if Caminoti keeps this pace up, they might get the first game off. 3-2. Slider, the 10th batter to grab a bat in this inning, as we have officially started the second go-around. This crew is batted around. The Slider lifts one. Shallow left center, calling for it, making the catch is Rush. 2 away. Scoring from third on the sacrifice fly was Callahan. That'll be a sacrifice fly for Slider, and it makes it 9-1. Ground ball at the short, picked up, throw across. A little bit off, but he got it back. It's in time. So after a 8-run inning, they quickly get 1, 2, 3, and they put a tourniquet on this wound. It's 9-1 going to the top of the 5th. Top of the fifth, Camden County puts an onslaught on. Scoring 8 runs. It's 9-1. Ryan Landis is the first batter of the fifth. He'll be followed by Noah Rush, the center fielder. And Robbie Barons, who were about to start the inning, and then Kevin was resting for so long, they didn't really have anybody to warm him up a little bit more. First pitch is a strike to Landis, who struck out his first time. Spears it, and he's got it. One away. And here's Noah Rush. He singled his first time. I mean, Lehigh Carbon, they had the lead in the first, in the first part of this game one. But then things just very quickly unraveled. They made a pitching change. They got a 3-run double, and everything just kind of spiraled out. I think now that everything's kind of settled down a little bit, you know, Camden County, they put up their offensive barrage, if you will, and now they get to settle down a little bit and let the defense do the work. Let it do the talking and hold them off. That one goes into the parking lot behind home plate. It's 1-1. One and two, rather. And another liner foul in the grandstands. Did he go? Yes, he did. That will be strikeout number 5 for Christian Caminoti. He's probably going to be another player of the game candidate, if I'm being honest. We go back to the top of the order for the pitcher. And former first baseman Robbie Barons is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop fly to this point. 1-0. Right down the pipe, 1-1. Two and one. Chopped foul. Ooh, that one just missed. Close call. And it's 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Caminoti looking to keep the pace going. Strike 3, and the throw to first is in time. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 9-1, Camden County. Bottom of the 5th inning, Camden County leads over Lehigh Carbon by a score of 9-1. There is a new pitcher on the hill for the Lehigh Carbon Cougars. That is, number 31, Jacob Israel. From up north, not Collingswood, New Jersey, but Collingwood, Ontario, right above Lake Erie and Cleveland, at Collingwood Collegiate Institute. 6'1", 225, lefty batter, righty pitcher. This is his 3rd appearance as a freshman for Lehigh Carbon. 3 strikeouts. A flat 9 ERA. Two and 1 to count from Israel. Fastball, swing and a miss inside. Lizer. 2-strike pitch. Just missed. 3-2. Cougars lead by 9. Here as we settle into the final few innings of this first game. Nice frame, but it just missed outside. Lizer has reached base both times on a hit-by pitch and a walk. Now this brings up Eric Berger. He also has at least contributed twice. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, was plunked in the 4th. Keep in mind, Lehigh Carbon has surrendered 6 hit-by pitches this afternoon. We'll see how many that number balloons to across these 2 games. There's a strike to Berger, 0-1. I mean, this is kind of a situation where even though you're down, you want to put in your guys that might not have as much experience. Give them the chance to shine. You might be down by 8, but you've still got 2.5 innings to play. The runner goes, the throw goes past the pitcher, and that's going to be a stolen base for Kyle Lizer. forget, our next Camden County College broadcast will be Friday, April 12th. Versus Ocean County. 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Berger down on strikes. Here's Nick Napoli. For all intents and purposes, he is 0-4-1. Flew out to left in the first, but has a walk and a hit by pitch to his name. But because they don't count as at-bats, scorecard reads 0-1. 1 out, runner on second. Camden County looking to cross the double-digit mark with a swing and a miss. Fouled back. And it's 0-2. Christian Caminotti on deck. He's been red hot. A 3-run double in the fourth has cemented that legacy. I mean, he has been quite impressive here for the Camden Catholic graduate, class of 22. He's been quite impressive at the dish and on the hill. Only 1 run allowed tonight. 5 strikeouts. Actually, I'm sorry, 6 strikeouts tonight. Only 1 run allowed, which wasn't even an earned run because it was on a strikeout wild pitch. So he's been lights out on both ends of the ball. You know, you don't really see that very often. In high school, yes. But usually the two-way products, if they're not a prodigy, are kind of weeded out of the system. You know, you're either a pitcher or a hitter. And of course, there's some situations, even in Lehigh Carbon with Robbie Behrens, where that still applies. You could say that for Eric Berger. You could say that for Gavin Callahan. But even that is less strong than what Caminotti has. Little floater down the right field line, and he lets it drop. It's foul. Still 2-2. But in high school, there's some teams that are so small where, well, if you want to pitch, you also have to hit. You know, it's kind of like a contingency where if you are dead set on pitching, if you're not a prodigy, well, you also have to get in the lineup. You're also going to have to play right field or center field, whatever, you know, when you're not on the mound. There's just some teams that are struggling that much in numbers to where that's the reality. Fouled straight back into the trees. Still 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Kyle Leiser on second. To leadoff man Nick Napoli. Outside. 3-2. That's low. Ball 4. Napoli reaches on his second walk. Well, we were doing good on pace, and then we were probably like an hour through the first 4. And now Camden County still with 2 runners on, with Caminotti at the dish. Time is called after that first pitch missed outside. The catcher in Israel will meet this one out. Yeah, I mean, Lehigh Carbon for baseball is kind of like what Salem Community College is for softball. You know, we've seen players from all over the country on this team and bringing them here. You know, there's a lot of Pennsylvania players, but there's also a lot of Virginia players as well. Kane Smith, the number 3 hitter, is out of DeBary, Florida. Joey McNamara from Newmarket, Virginia. Trevor Shiflett, Jaden Click, and Theo Wood, all Virginia products. Connor Harrell as well. Ben Boyer from New Windsor, Maryland. Pedro Encarnacion comes from the Bayard Rustin Educational Complex in the Bronx. As we said, Robbie Behrens, who pitched in relief, he's from Vieira, Florida. Of course, Jacob Israel, the pitcher you see on the hill right now, from Collingwood, Ontario, up north. Ooh, that was tough. That was close, but right at the letters. It's 1-2. I think what's important though is that Lehigh Carbon's just got to lock down and say, you know, hey, we gotta get a couple quick outs. You know, even if you hit it into the outfield, these outfielders have good range, and they'll probably track them down, foul back. But I feel like Israel is throwing just a little too hard, a little too fast, and you know, I always call back to that sign that I saw on the internet from Washington National Spring Training, and it said, I don't care how fast you throw ball 4. You know, if you're giving up these walks, but you're throwing low 90s or mid 90s, whatever, you know, it's fine that you're throwing that fast, but you got to learn how to control it. And I'm not saying that anybody on either team is throwing that fast, but it's just food for thought. Oh, that went into the parking lot. I don't know what that hit, but that sounded like a car. Oh my goodness. Good thing we're not parked back there. Somebody from the Camden County dugout just yelled, better not be my car. That sounded like it hit like the metal roof or something. I'm not sure. Fly ball deep down the left field line. That one is over the bullpen and foul. Two balls, 2 strikes with 1 away. Caminoti takes inside, 3-2. We were running on good time, but as is the case, sometimes baseball games just run real slow, and that's what you sign off for. 3-2 count. Israel looks back at second. Pitch. Caminoti lifts one out towards right center field. Going in and unable to make the catch is the second baseman. There's a collision at second. And that is going to put 2 runners on. Actually, that's going to load the bases. So no runs have scored, but Weiser to third. Napoli now to second, and Caminoti reaches on the single, his second of the day. And here's Tyler Napoli. 1 out, bases loaded. In a game that's starting to get decently out of hand here, 9-1. There's a fly ball out to deep left field. Goes into the bullpen, it's foul. 0-1. I mean, this is the important part, though, is that you have to just get ahead in the count and pitch the best you can, you know, especially with the bases loaded here. It's not like you're pitching with the bases loaded in a tie game. Instead of avoiding the prospect of giving up the lead, you're now avoiding having this game get incredibly out of hand. As we saw versus Union County 2 Saturdays ago, it was 16-1 in game 1. Game 2 was at least a little closer. That being 15-7. 2-1. I mean, Union County definitely had a bit more life in game 2, and I think we've seen a little bit of a pattern in these doubleheaders that we've covered. This is the second doubleheader that we've covered here at Camden County. Last one being, again, 2 Saturdays ago versus Union. But even then. Oh, here we go. Fly ball deep left center field going back. That's going to be a grand slam! Grand slam by none other than Nick Napoli. He drives it out to left and it hits the parking lot. That blows this game wide open, and it doesn't come on a walk, it comes on a, on a grand slam off of Jacob Israel. Nick Napoli in the middle of the order drives one out. And it is 13-1. How about that? Whew. Well, how about that? I apologize. Tyler Napoli hit that one out in the left center field. But still, same family, same bloodline, and same result. That one's fouled by Callahan. Maybe he wanted a piece of the pie too. It's 0-1. I mean, it's one thing to hit a homer, but it's another thing to hit a grand slam. That is our first grand slam on broadcast this year. Estimated distance by Google Analytics, 367 feet. Callahan drives it foul, and it's 1-2. Curveball trails inside. There is another arm warming up in the Lehigh Carbon bullpen. That is Darlene Santana, number 1. He might come out to pitch to 6th if necessary, but we'll see if Israel can lock it down here versus Callahan. It's outside. I mean, this game was getting pretty slow, and then talk about something to put the life back into the fans, back into the dugouts. A grand slam by Tyler Napoli. Fly ball foul. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That's a fly ball to deep right field. That's going back, and it's foul. That would have been, oh my goodness. Everybody went silent in the stadium thinking that ball was going to get out of there. That would have been 400 plus too. It went all the way out to the construction parking lot out there for the staff. And if that went out, he was ready to pimp it too. He was standing there right above home plate. He was ready to go. Now here's a fly ball, not a homer, but it's caught by Rush. 2 down. Here's Dan Obermeyer. 0 for 2. Pop out and a strikeout along with a walk to his name. Remember, we still got another game to play. We will be having a producer change in Game 2. Dominic Perry is taking over the buttons in the second half of this doubleheader. Here's a fly ball, way up there, playable and left, ranging to his left, and he makes the catch to retire the side. But a grand slam by Tyler Napoli caps off a big inning, 13-1 going to the 6th. Here in the top of the 6th, let's talk about how this game got blown wide open on a grand slam by Tyler Napoli. Let's take a look at how that... Oh, here we go. Fly ball deep left center field going back. That's going to be a grand slam! Grand slam by none other than Nick Napoli. First pitch is a strike to start the 6th. Ground ball to second. Obermeyer's there. He's got an easy play. One away. So Shiflett is retired. That's hit out to short. And an easy second out. 2 down. So Kane Smith is retired. Here's Jaden Click. Camden still out there. There's a couple of arms that are stretching in the Camden bullpen, but no throwing, no bullpen catchers yet, so the belief is that Camden is here to stay. For now, that is. Never a guarantee. But in a 13-1 game. I mean, he might just go for the complete game shutout. That's a can of corn right to center field, and Nick Napoli takes care of business. A very, very quick top of the 6th. We'll move on. Still got the bottom of the 6th and the top of the 7th to play. 13-1. Bottom of the 6th. Another new pitcher for Lehigh Carbon. That being number 1, Darlene Santana of Allentown, PA, and William Allen High School, 5'10" sophomore. "13 1/3 innings, 18 earned runs for a rather high ERA of 12.15. That one's high, 1-0. After a quick 6th inning in the top half, Camden County looks to keep the offense alive in a 13-1 game. Ryan Slider is the first man to hit, as that one's low. It'll be Slider, Ify, and Lizer for Camden County here in the 6th. Slider pops this one up, shallow left field. A couple of guys going out for it, and making the catch, calling for it, is Trevor Shiflett, and there's one away. So here is Ify. He is technically 0 for 3. He reached, actually he is 0 for 3. A fly out, a walk, and a 6th grade grounder has marked his day so far. He also took advantage of an E1 while he was on base to come around and score. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Popped up, Santana calls for it on the mound and makes the catch trickling backwards. There's 2 down. Usually the philosophy is that when you're on the hill, if a pop-up goes your way, the last guy you want catching it is the pitcher. Usually the pitcher just moves out of the way and the infielders take care of the job for him. But he called for it, he wanted the ball, and he made the catch. Gotta give him props for taking the initiative, but that's always a dangerous play because we've seen so many times pitchers, they call for the ball and they drop it. You know, not to say that they're bad fielders. I mean, look, Greg Maddux won 18 Gold Gloves in his career. Fielding as a pitcher is important. It's an important part of your job. Just sometimes if a ball pops up, the pitcher really only makes the catch if it's right to them. The first baseman will move in, the second baseman will move in. Somebody on the infield will take care of that pass for you. If there's a ball in the infield, swing and a miss on a fastball. Just pitch there at the knees. That's 1-2. A quick 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. 13-1, Camden County. They're moving along quickly. Popped up foul, still 1-2. We'd like to wish everyone a happy Easter break, as that's going to be a swing and a miss. Easter is tomorrow, but we'll crack open the top of the 7th inning, possibly the last frame in this one. Camden County leads by 12. Christian Caminoti is back out for a 7th inning. There's a strike, 0-1. There's another one, 0-2. Theo Wood, who has had the only extra base hit off the bat of Lehigh Carbon. That one's high. 1-2. He has had the only extra base hit tonight in the 2nd. Ethan Kaufman on deck in the hole, Hunter Rothrock. Swing and a miss to make that strikeout number 7. And they are going to call him out, so there will be no throw to first. He is 1 for 3 after that one. Ethan Kaufman now, 0 for 2 for him. A fly out and a reached on error in his 2 appearances so far. This will be Christian's second complete game of the year, if he finishes this one. Which he should. I mean, middle of the order, nothing too crazy expected from him. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Foul back. Ground ball out to third. That is a foul ball. Don't forget, we've still got one more game to play in game 2. Make sure you hit the separate YouTube link. For these doubleheaders, we do have separate links for both games. Two and two. Got him. Make it 8. We're down to the last call. Possibly the last chance will be Rothrock. I think easy Harper Driving School Player of the Game goes to Christian Camden. Misses outside, 1-0. A couple of changes. Defensively, Ryan Slider now in center field. Two and one. Swing and a miss, 2 and 2, down to his last strike. 8 strikeouts, 6 2/3. Looking to have the last laugh. Camden working quickly. 2-strike pitch. No. Three and two. Ground ball at the short. This should do it. Ground ball, throw across, is scooped, and he got him. Ball game. Complete game for Christian Camden. And a 13-1 final. 8 strikeouts. And a beautiful game. He gets your Harper Driving School Player of the Game with a 3-run double to break this game wide open offensively. He did it on both sides of the ball, and that'll do it. Here from DWB, we've got one more game to play. We'll see in a little bit. And if we don't see it,